After literal years of struggling to have a good morning routine, I feel like I finally nailed down one that works for me. So I wanted to share with you how I did this, what my routine is, so that you can do this too. My morning routine used to be me waking up at 8:30, snoozing my alarm a couple times. Sometimes I would scroll on my phone in bed, and then eventually at 9 a.m. when my work day started, I would walk my butt from the bed to my desk, sit down, scroll on my phone for longer. I would totally neglect even eating breakfast. My days felt so short, I felt unproductive, and I felt like I was tired all of the time despite me spending so much time in bed. Previously, my alarm would go off at 8:30, but now it goes off at 7 a.m. every day. 7 a.m. is very early for me. I'm not naturally a morning person. The best thing I ever did that I would recommend to you was switching out my phone alarm clock for an actual alarm clock. My phone now is outside of the bedroom. It's not in the bedroom while I sleep. And this makes such a big difference in me being able to fall asleep and actually get out of bed in the morning. Because previously, I would snooze my alarm and I would just go on my phone for so long. Because the first thing I would do every single day was reach for my phone in order to turn off my alarm. And from there, I was just on it all day, every day. So I switched it out for the sunrise alarm clock. I think it's a really great option. This is one that I got for Christmas this year. It's a Hatch dupe. Like the sun rises to help you wake up to a bright room. I like it. Hack, if you don't want to pay for a sunrise alarm clock, but you are interested in like the idea of waking up to a bright room, switch your light bulb into a smart light and then just have it scheduled to turn on at 7 a.m. if that's the time that you wake up. Just get an alarm clock, anything that's not your phone. You can go on Facebook Marketplace, go to a thrift store, just a cheap, simple alarm clock that allows you to have your phone outside of your bedroom and not reach for it in the morning. It's great. Previously, when I used to scroll on my phone, this has been replaced with a couple of different things in the morning. Sometimes I literally stare at my ceiling for the entire morning for like 20 minutes, and I allow myself to do that because I'm waking up at 7 instead of 8:30. I actually have the time to do that now. I also always keep a book beside my bed, so if I do want some entertainment, I can have it. My e-reader is always beside my bed, my book's always beside my bed, and as well, I always have water beside my bed. So usually like first thing in the morning, I like roll over, drink some water, and then like reach for my book. Something that really helps me get out of bed in the morning is the first thing I do every single morning is go to the washroom and I do all my washroom activities, like go pee obviously, and then like do my skincare, do my hair care, brush my teeth, everything like that. And this helped me get out of bed so much because when I was trying to make a morning routine and I wanted to do like 100 different things every morning, I would wake up and I'd be like, which one do I do first? And then I wouldn't end up doing any of them because I would literally have decision paralysis so bad. So now the first thing I do when I wake up is I go to the washroom, and that's where I begin my day, and it is so endlessly helpful in helping me wake up and just like get my bearings and not have to make any decisions when I first wake up. My skincare changes day to day. Like I have used the same like 6 products in my skincare routine for like over 4 years now, but I kind of just like change my skincare day to day. Like maybe some mornings I wake up and I'm like, I don't really feel like I need to wash my face. I feel like my face is already irritated, so I'll skip washing my face and I'll just do a moisturizer. Some mornings I do the full 4 steps. Allowing myself the flexibility to not have to do every single product every single day, again, makes it easier for me to feel like my morning is slow and that I have control and not feel like, oh, I didn't do my full skincare routine. I've already failed first thing today. No, you haven't failed. You just chose to not do those things, and that's fine. And that mindset shift has been really helpful for me. While I'm doing this entire skincare, hair care, teeth brushing and everything, I'm always listening to some sort of media, and lately that's been audiobooks, and I would really recommend audiobooks, especially if you're trying to prioritize reading and that's a hobby you're really trying to work into your day more. When I first started doing phone-free mornings and like scroll-free mornings, I did allow myself to watch YouTube videos or any streaming platforms, movies, shows, because I still think long form content is so much better for you than scrolling. Really what I'm trying to do here is have less dopamine, and scrolling is so much more dopamine than just like watching a show. So that's still a better alternative to me. After I finish up all the things in the washroom, I head over to the kitchen to put on the kettle for my coffee, and then I go get dressed. If you're struggling with decision paralysis in terms of your outfits in the morning, I'd really recommend setting them out. I did this every day for myself when I was in university and before it was online because of COVID. When I was going to school in person, I would set my clothes out, and it helped me a lot just get up and like know what I'm gonna put on. Now I kind of work more in like outfit formulas. So most days I'm wearing a comfy pair of pants, and I have like a separate drawer for my pants that I wear when I work from home. Like my jeans are in a separate drawer than my sweatpants because I know that I'm never going to grab for those if I'm doing a work from home day. So it's great. I usually just go into that drawer. I have like 3 or 4 pants that work. I pick one of them out, and then usually it's like just like a sweater or a cardigan or something. Once I'm done getting dressed, I head back to the kitchen to finish making up my coffee and also grab some breakfast. I also make sure to chug a bunch of water before here. I try to drink one of these full Owala bottles of water before I consume any coffee. And then also something else I've done to help myself be better in the morning is making sure my kitchen is tidy and clean before we go to bed. We've implemented a new rule where all the dishes have to be done before bed, and then my partner Jeremy gets up before me to go to work, and he puts all the dishes away when he wakes up so that when I get up, the kitchen is entirely clean with no dirty dishes except for maybe like a plate that he used for breakfast. This starts off my day so well. I cannot emphasize enough how important this is. If you haven't tried to do this, please do. Probably once a week we'll forget to do it, and then we'll wake up to a messy kitchen. It sucks. It literally sucks. Once you've really made it a habit to like have a clean kitchen before bed, waking up to a dirty kitchen sucks. You will notice a difference so much. I love my clean kitchen. I am so proud of it. It makes my day so much better. If you are struggling to be productive in the mornings, especially in the kitchen when it comes to breakfast, it's probably because your kitchen is a mess. And another thing I've implemented in this part of my routine is meal prep. I know we say it all the time, and everyone always says meal prep is so important, and it is. I'm a sweet breakfast girly, so I would find myself every single morning I make these like cottage cheese oat pancakes. They sound terrible, but I swear they're good. But like every morning I would wake up and make those, and like just mixing the batter would be like 10 minutes, and then like making the pancakes would be like another 10 minutes, and then like eating it. And then I'd have to clean the blender, clean the mixing bowl, clean the pan. Breakfast would take me like 45 minutes to an hour. To take those out of the fridge, I pop them in the microwave. It takes like 2 minutes to heat back up. And by this point, my coffee is like being poured and finished off, and I head to the living room, and it's bliss. Like literally that entire breakfast and coffee took me like 2 minutes to do, and there's like very minimal dishes made from it. And then this is my time where I usually do Wordle, I'll do the crossword, Sudoku, kind of like those little like fun puzzle things on my iPad. I like have my little iPad kid moment while I eat. I listen to an audiobook while I do these things sometimes. A little hobby stacking moment, we love to see it. I also sometimes, again, consume long form content in this time. I saw that a YouTuber I love had posted a new video, so I wanted to watch that. I kind of just allow myself to do anything except for scroll in the time when I'm eating my breakfast. At this point, it's like 8:15 or 8:30, and I haven't gotten that much done in the day. Like really, all we've kind of done is woke up, maybe read my book for a little, maybe stayed in bed for a while, did my makeup, my skincare, my hair, and had breakfast and drank coffee. Not that much has happened, and that's the way I like it. So after I finish my breakfast and I go, and I usually actually wash those dishes immediately just so that they're done, and then we're coming back to the fact that I like a clean kitchen, okay? So usually I make sure the kitchen still remains clean. And then this is my hobby time. It's usually around 8:30. I start my like work day at 9. So from 8:30 to 9, I do some hobbies. This day I was actually making felted bookmarks for my friends. So I made one of those. It actually turned out super cute. You can do any hobby. I oftentimes, like most days, I'll just read in this time. Sometimes I color. If I'm really loving the video that I'm watching or on YouTube or a show that I'm watching, I'll watch that show or video and I'll like color or like do something else artsy while I'm doing that. I could also junk journal in this time. There's a lot of things you can do here. I can't scroll though, and it has to be lower dopamine. That's like the only restrictions. And then usually around 9 o'clock, I'll start my workday, and my workday always begins with a 3-page brain dump. I'm not gonna say it's always 3 pages, okay? Sometimes it's half a page. This is a strategy that's encouraged in the book The Artist's Way. I actually haven't even read this book, but I saw a video about it on TikTok where you do like a really big brain dump at the beginning of the day, and that kind of like sets you up for like, I think it just helps you get like all your creative juices flowing. A lot of times my YouTube video ideas come out when I'm doing this brain dump, so I think it's really important for me to start my day with, because maybe I'll think of an idea while I'm doing the brain dump and then I want to work on it that day. So I always do this. I would recommend this if you like to journal, or even if you don't like to journal. I'm not a huge journaler. I don't use like journal prompts or anything, but I do love the brain dump. So if that sounds like you'd like it, then please do it. Okay, that was probably a lot of information, but that's kind of my morning routine. I just wanted to do a little recap at the end here to talk about the strategies that I talked about, and so you can have like a list of things that you can like go through and implement if you're interested. So my main tips are: 1, getting a real alarm clock, not using your phone. 2, listening to no media or audio media in the morning. This could be a podcast, this could be an audiobook, this could be music, but trying to not be looking at anything too stimulating. And if that's not possible for you, trying to switch to a lower dopamine activity such as a longer form content is a lot better than scrolling. So try that. Have something you do as soon as you open your eyes, because decision paralysis is real. And so my thing for me was going to the washroom and doing all my washroom tasks first thing in the morning. This could be something different for you. But when you get out of bed, where are you going and what are you doing? Have this plan so that your brain doesn't have to work. Meal prep. The less decisions you have to make, the better. If you're into like more savory, like egg breakfasts, I'd recommend meal prepping egg sandwiches and putting them in the freezer, and then you can pop those in the air fryer or the microwave in the morning. My boyfriend does this and loves it. If you're more into sweet breakfast like I am, cottage cheese oat pancakes are great. Baked protein oats are great. Chia seed pudding, overnight oats, that kind of thing. There's a lot of sweet options for meal prep. Set yourself up for success the night before. At the end of the day, your morning routine starts the evening before. And so things like making sure your kitchen is tidy, making sure your water bottle is full and on your bedside table for when you wake up in the morning, making sure you have an activity such as a book on your bedside table so when you roll over in the morning, you have something to grab and do. Meal prepping. All of these things are so important to making yourself have a good morning routine that feels satisfying. Don't have a rigid routine. Like my routine is basically, there's no timestamps. If you have kids or if you have a busier life than me, I'm sure you do have to have like more rigidness. But if you work from home or you wake up early enough to have a little bit more time flexibility, then allow yourself that. It doesn't have to be 8:30 this thing starts and then 8:45 this thing starts. It can just be washroom activities, breakfast and coffee, and then hobbies. And that's a great morning routine. And then also brain dump. I feel like whenever I brain dump or I journal before the day starts, I just feel like I have my shit together. It feels great. So I recommend it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the time that you carved out of your day to spend it with me. I hope that you found some of these tips helpful. I know that they've kind of like literally changed my life. So I hope that they have been exciting for you as well. Yeah, I love you so much. Bye.